Hello Cancer, welcome to your November reading. Well, with full honesty, it's a mid-November reading. I'm really late, so apologies. I've had the most crazy month ever. But let me catch up on your energy, and we're probably going to be looking also into December just because I'm late. So think about it as mid-November, sometime December as well. You already have lovely two opening cards on the table. You have the energy of Fern and Bee, and this is really gorgeous because it just shows me how much in your power you're going to be. There's going to be that life force. You're really moving forward, you're working hard, you may be joining organization, maybe you've got promotion, job, it's all of it. But before I get into more details, let me just put at least a couple of more cards from the tarot deck. Oh, I did not expect that. Three of Swords. Okay, this is a bit of a unexpected twist. I wonder what's all of that about. I'm gonna put like at least three more cards. We'll talk and then we will put more cards. Okay, Knight of Cups. Oh, I've got two. Eight of Wands and the Lovers. And actually I'm just going to put one more card on Three of Swords because that is really intriguing and I do not want to sort of misinterpret that, because otherwise your cards are really positive. Tower. Cancer, my dear Cancer, what is going on with your reading? This is interesting because look, you've got the most amazing cards here, right? There is a bit of a striking light which is connected very much to the Tower, right? But otherwise, if I haven't seen these two cards, you know, what I was seeing at the beginning, it's really you making through. Oh, okay, now makes sense. Okay, sorry, I'm connecting all of this. So what I'm seeing is that you've made through something. You've made through a light opening in your life story. There was like an opening that you had to squeeze through, but you also had to fall in order to get up, okay? And you maybe even anticipated that this is going to happen, but it's not going to stop you. Let me just put it out there. This is not a sad story, at least not a sad story going forward, but it is obviously still tricky what you're dealing with emotionally right now, because look, Fern is about life force energy, right? You're really going forward. There is a beautiful river, like a little waterfall flowing, going down. There is an opening between two rocks and a striking light. All of that symbolizes to me that you may have had a situation where you really had to either end it or something ended to you. And I also feel like for some of you this is going to be a third party situation. So you may have been involved with two people or your partner or something, because you have a Three of Swords energy, and there's also three type of Fern here on the image, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and you have a Three of Swords. There's also strong connection to the Tower as well. So something just happened either recently or is about to happen that will really make your world go upside down, or you will have that impact on someone's life basically. But at the same time, I feel like you're ready to take on this sorrow, you're ready to take on that pain, and you're ready to release yourself. I feel like you've been feeling in captivity of that energy for some time. You felt that things were not right. You felt that this was really unhealthy for everyone, and you know, some of you will take that action, you know, driven by your own will to remove that pain from especially your own life. And for some of you this will be forced by the universe, right? Because you've got to do something, and I think, you know, in majority of the cases you are being given the choice here. So if you have a choice, if you can still choose here in that situation of how to move forward, I would definitely encourage you to do that, because then the Tower moment, it'll be gentler. Because look at the striking light over here on this card. It's not actually that damaging, but if you allow the Tower card to happen without sort of your permission, this might hurt you a bit more. And that's what I feel like you might feel in a place where, you know, you'll be lonely, weaker, a bit, you know, kind of disturbed, right, by this whole event. So the Lovers are telling me here that you really have a choice in many ways, even if you feel like you don't. You can make the right choice, and you're really encouraged by that. So you have to really put your mind and your heart together and really move forward. And look, you know, with sort of these two cards over here, the Knight of Cups and Eight of Wands, I do feel like you want to make things right, and once you take the right action, things will just flow. There's a fast energy here for you, Cancer, and things are about to happen whether you like it or not. So the more, because you were preceding that card, if you can only be a step ahead in that situation, that will work out, you know, for the best, for and probably for everyone. So I see the connection to the river over here. So I've got that river flowing here, and here you kind of calmly stepping onto it. So I do feel like you actually are hugely aware, and you know that once you step into that river, once that flow, things will just go really fast. So I would be really definitely and let me put it differently, I really encourage you to do the right thing, and I have no doubts that you know what this thing is. And here with the bee energy, you know, there is a sun over here, so you're kind of shyly looking at the sun, and you know that it's gonna get busy, you know that you're gonna mess up everyone's world, even your own, and potentially you might even have to join you know, a different community. Maybe that will cause you to, that situation will force you to move somewhere, to change the job. If it's not a romantic situation, it could be change of organizations, careers, etc. But the interesting thing is that you're hiding here behind the rock, but there's a sun and peace on the other side. So it's almost as embrace that energy, get yourself busy, and you are going to be very, very much welcomed in the new environment, by the new people, by the new organization, even, you know, in the future, I guess, by somebody else, if you're leaving somebody else behind. Okay, so my dear Cancer, this is what I didn't expect that, to be honest. When I put these two cards, I had a bit of an idea of where we're going to go with this reading, and then these two came out, and it just completely diverted my initial impressions. But let's put a couple of more cards to see whether we can either expand on the situation, or perhaps just see a bit of a different perspective and a layer to the story as well. Okay, so okay, Two of Cups. That's so interesting. Two of Cups. Yes, Five of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Oops. Four of Pentacles. Seven of Swords. Six of Cups. Five of Swords. And Queen of Cups. Okay, and do you know what? I actually want to put one more oracle card, so just bear with me. Yes, okay. Look, the story made itself very clear to me. I think we were going into a very good direction with this reading, because now with more cards, I see even more context to it. So, you know, you've been in some sort of relationship where I feel like there's a lot of codependency issues, and it's not really, it meant to be equal partnership. It feels like it was going that way, but when you look closer, you see more and more strange toxic patterns that you've both created. And you know, there was a lot of miscommunication. I feel like maybe you know, you had some fights and arguments, and it always feels like you have to battle with this person. It never feels like a true partnership and support. It feels like there's always this push and pull, and you've come to the point where you need to release yourself from potentially this relationship. Look, it doesn't have to be, by the way, romantic. It could be also, you know, a friendship or a family thing, right? Or in a business. So if it's not strictly romantic, you just have to fit that into what resonates with you. But essentially, that partnership, that relationship is not really serving you. You've got to let go of it, but you still feel a little bit powerless, or you felt until now. This is going to change for you as soon as you embrace that you have a choice. And here with the 7 of Swords and 6 of Cups, I do see you walking away. You just make sure that you walk away with as much gracefulness and integrity as possible. Like, if you can have the heart-to-heart conversation and, you know, it's possible, then please do that. But if you can't, then obviously you just have to walk away on your own terms. It's worth trying, because I do feel like there's still a lot of beautiful energy around you with this person, but, you know, it's unavoidable. So the exit, in a way, it's going to happen, and you will feel like either you leaving somebody in a cold, or you may even feel yourself. And I feel like for a lot of you, is the second scenario, that by making this choice, you might feel abandoned, you might feel isolated, you might feel neglected. Even if that was your decision, at the end of the day, you will feel quite vulnerable. And, you know, this is going just to be a temporary feeling, I think, because overall you're really coming back to your strength here with the Queen of Cups. And I do feel like you will find yourself, and you will really feel like at home, and it's just exactly what you need in many ways. The other thing that I wanted to say as well, that some of you may actually be looking at somebody else in your life, like a soulmate connection, and that is also triggering you and putting that mirror at what's not working in your life currently. Okay, yes, there is a lot of healing that is going to come from this situation, so don't worry, you'll be completely fine. There is a lot of peace, there is a lot of guidance, there is a lot of protection around you. This Tower moment doesn't have to be as horrible. Yes, you might have some internal feelings to deal with, but you're actually going to be fine. And this is the sort of reassurance that I'm seeing here. And I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you as well. Let's have a quick look. So you have forgiveness, okay? You have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive the situation, for the circumstances, to the other person. Whatever has happened that's created this difficult codependency, this difficult situation, these arguments, these pains, this... and even what's going to happen as well. You may want to even forgive yourself in advance for doing that, even for wanting to move on, right? Because we carry a lot of guilt, and I feel like, you know, what you're doing is just really, you know, reaching out for what you deserve, the new beginning, but also you know that something is ending, and as hard as it is, I feel like you can still manage that beautifully, you know, from your heart space. And key to that would be forgiveness. Okay, just look at this image, how powerful it is, with background of all the other cards. It really stands out. So I think there's something really there in that message for you. You've got wisdom and simplicity, right? Like, my dear Cancer, you actually, you know, yes, you have a lot of wisdom. You've done a lot of internal work. You went really deep within, and you also may have seen, you know, options for yourself and how life could really be. And one of the things that you want is simplicity. You know, you just want to have a peace, joy, harmony, happiness. You don't want these complicated things. You don't want this codependency. You don't want these constant dramas. And I feel like because you've reached that point of understanding what you want your life to be like, this is quite empowering, and at the same time it will create that change for you. Okay, my dear Cancer, so if you enjoyed the reading or found it insightful, helpful perhaps, please don't forget to like, share or subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, then I will leave the details in the description box below on how to reach me. In the month of December, I will be announcing competition to win a free reading with me, so please watch the space. And you will also be looking at me releasing big readings for the end of the year and next year, so worth clicking that notification bell as well so you don't miss out on these. Thank you so much, my dear Cancer. Lots of love, many hugs, and take care for now. Bye.